life, love, friendship, and marriage. We have very little security when we trust our happiness in the hands of others. Fellow Toastmasters and dear friends, very good afternoon to all of you.
Good afternoon.
Very good afternoon. I am the spokesperson for the channel, news channel C999. And as all of you know that the offices of our channel have been damaged across the country after our support to the government for providing Z security to our business tycoon Mukesh Ambani. I stand here to clarify this stand we as a news channel took, and at the end of my clarification I am going to take questions from you. Our broadcast was the statement we broadcasted was the business tycoon of this country should get G security on need basis, and we should ensure the security for them. Is it not what we wanted? See, this G security, if you look at, the people have blamed us that it is a motive from the political party or the business house. Let me iterate it implicitly that this is no motive of a political party or a business house here. We went with a fact, and the fact was that there was a security threat to Mukesh Ambani, and the Ministry of Home Affairs took 2 months and came to the decision of providing this dish security to him. Mukesh Ambani is the richest person of this country, 22nd richest person in the world with $21.7 billion worth. All of us, many of the people of the city have told that he can afford any security for himself. But let me tell you, in this country, irrespective of the wealth, you cannot combat terrorist attack, because India doesn't license even a semi-automatic or the automatic weapon. And we all know that any terrorist will have the most sophisticated assault weapon. Can we have a different rule for a different person? Sachin Tendulkar, Mulayam Singh Yadav, Narendra Modi, all of them, many politicians and few scientists have G security. I'm not telling that they should not have. They should, because they're elected member of the parliament. And they have all the rights to use the tax paid. But how we can forget that Mukesh Ambani is a chairman of Reliance Industries Limited, a $66 billion company, 99th ranked company in the global Fortune 500 companies, one of the most valuable company of this country. More than 50,000 people are employed in that company. Providing security to Mukesh Ambani is not the security to the individual. It's the security to those 50,000 families and many more families attached to them. The security is to those foreign investments. The security is to all business tycoon and aspiring CEOs that my government, my people look at us as a nation builder, not as a money-making machine. I leave the judgment to you to judge whether Mukesh Ambani is eligible to get the G security or not. But as a news channel, we stand by that. Thanks for your time. Open to the question. Yeah.
So my first question is he paying government for getting the security from the security from the government? Is he paying, or is it for free?
G security is basically free, but because of so much opposition, he himself has opted to pay for that. and that's what he's paying.
But now, when country is going through circumstances like the things on we are facing issues on girl child, there is no protection for girls. Is it the right time that the government should opt for security for such a bureaucrat, or are citizens less priority than business tycoon?
Nobody have the less priority. Even you and me, if you're going to have a terrorist threat, the government is going to give the similar type of security. The norm is the same for everybody.
So as an
I understand at this point of time, there are a lot of other turmoils out there, but there is no right time for security. We have to be any point of time to be secure. So I don't feel that the announcement of the government at this point of time was wrong.
What is the criteria to get the security?
There are many criteria. One is how much the damage or assessment of damage goes with the individual. I will give you a different example altogether. Narendra Modi. Why the G security to him? Because if something happens to him, there is going to be a perceived riot inside the entire country. And that's the damage will be very high. Similarly, Narendra Modi himself cannot save himself because of the terrorism, the type of vulnerability they had. Similarly for Mukesh Ambani, the type of damage after doing something to the Mukesh Ambani can happen to the industry, to this country, and that's all that is there as a criteria. There are many more, so I can give you in just. Yes.
And rich person like him is not secure. What about the common man in India when you are talking about terrorism?
He is anybody with respect to the terrorism. Anybody across this world is not secure. It's the security provided at different stages is to minimizing the risk. As I told, if he is not secure, what about the other common person? It is equally, both of them are equally vulnerable. But the damage to a common person and the damage to Mukesh Ambani has its own impact. A damage to a king and a damage to a soldier in a war has its different implications. And we should not play down that. Yep. Anybody else?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have one question. Do you think limited security, which is focused on some individual, can really save that person? Because if you look into the history, when Mahatma Gandhi was assassinated, then there was an increase in security for Indira Gandhi. Then again it was increase in case of Rajiv Gandhi. Then in case of Ben Singh. But nobody was able to save them. And the reason behind that, the entire security focus was on the individual, not at a larger level. And it's because of the failure of the intelligence agencies. So don't you think rather than focusing on individuals, the countries should spend the resource on taking security at a larger perspective, as a security for whole citizens and for all the people in the country?
I appreciate that, but the time is over.
Okay, so we can take that question later sometime.
Yeah, we can take that later. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.